This weekend, I'm in Bogue Chitto State Park. And I've been in this park many times. And every time I come here, I shoot with my digital camera, of course. But this time I thought about doing something different. So I'm going to do film photography. And today I'm shooting a roll of CineStill 800T. I started this roll right after I just finished shooting a roll of Kodak Ultramax 400. I do have a video up about that experience if that sounds interesting to you. Anyway, back to the CineStill 800. This is the first shot on the roll, a simple portrait of my oldest son. Since it was getting dark and I didn't have my tripod with me, I decided to head back to the cabin for a little while. I snapped these two pictures of the river as we were walking back to the truck. Considering the low light and that these were handheld shots, these pictures came out really well. Now that it was nighttime, I set out to capture any artificial light I could find in the park. These were taken around our cabin. The next spot we went to was a well-lit walking path. These illuminated blue butterfly wings came out really well. This is a fun picture. With the halations being so prominent, it looks like there are balls of light going through the woods. This is the last picture I took of the night, and this is a good example of how a mundane and boring subject can be made more mysterious and interesting by capturing it at night. The next morning I woke up to a thick fog. The first spot I went to was along the river. These pictures did not work out too well because the fog was just too thick to make out any details. However, this picture does work despite the thick fog. Showing more of the riverbank and having my son in the image makes for a stronger composition. What also helps is that my son is standing in the lighter colored dirt, which helps him stand out despite him wearing dark green and black. The next location I went to was a section of the road where you can drive through the water. I really like how this picture turned out. All the elements of this picture work well together. The water coming off the curve of the road, the bridge in the background, the fog, and the slow shutter speed helps create this impression of a dream. Next, I wanted to capture the hills and the pine trees. With this picture, I like the subtle halations that's created by the sun being diffused by the fog on the top of the hill. With these two pictures, the composition is too chaotic and there's no clear subject. When I took these images, I had a feeling they might not work, and they don't. After packing up the truck, we went by the river one more time before heading home. By now the fog was gone and I captured some nice images of the river. This is the last shot of the trip, and I like how the sky is reflected in the water. Well, that's it for this video, and I hope you enjoyed coming along with my kids and I as I shot my first roll of CineStill 800. After viewing these pictures, I will definitely shoot this film stock again. Thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all next time.